This is News Channel 12 at noon.
And we have new developments on the search for a suspected bank robber. Byron police say the man they considered armed and dangerous is now in custody. 24-year-old Raphael Bennett was brought in by a Marshal Service task force this morning. At this hour, the chief says he's being questioned. Bennett was identified as the third suspect in the holdup of Capaya Bank on Terry Road Friday afternoon. The other two suspects were arrested and made their initial court appearances yesterday. We'll have much more coming up for you today on News Channel 12 at 5. Also for you today at noon, today is the day that the Hinds County Democratic Party will vote whether or not to certify the results of the controversial and highly disputed sheriff's race. It's also the day we're expected to learn whether incumbent Malcolm McMillan will contest those results. After days of counting, the unofficial results for the Democratic primary show Tyrone Lewis has won the race for sheriff. He received 18,788 votes, or 51%. McMillan got 16,702 votes, which is 45%. Their opponent, Johnny Bowden, had 1,500 votes, leaving him at 4%. Now, Mississippi law requires a candidate to receive 50% plus one vote in any race with three or more challengers to avoid a runoff. Because Lewis received the necessary votes in last Tuesday's primary, there'll be no runoff. However, Sheriff McMillan can contest those results. We're told he could announce whether he'll do that sometime today. The latest coming up today at 5. We have new developments for you in the case of a man who was run over and killed in the parking lot of a West Jackson motel. Controversial surveillance video from the night of the murder has been released. The black and white footage was recorded by cameras outside Metro Inn in the early morning hours of June 26th. In the video, you can see the truck that police say 18-year-old Daryl Detman was driving. On the right side, you can see the victim, James Craig Anderson. Police say Detman and another teen beat the 49-year-old repeatedly, then got back into their truck, ran him over, and drove away. We spoke to the family's attorney and the Hinds County DA to get their reaction to the video. The images are disturbing.
Shock, anger, outrage. This is actually when they're getting ready to leave. And this is Mr. Anderson. It's right there in the frame. And when he gets up close to him, he is walking, he gets up close to him, he accelerates, plows over him.
The attorney for the family of the man killed in what's being called a hate crime reacts to the newly released surveillance video of his murder. It shows what happened in the last moments of James Craig Anderson's life, right before he was run over in a motel parking lot.
The information that I have is that these individuals came into Jackson looking to do harm to a black person, and that's exactly what they did.
District Attorney Robert Smith was one of the first to call this a hate crime.
When two words enter into the picture, Mississippi and a racially motivated crime, that raises a red flag, unfortunately, but this is what we have to deal with.
DA Smith fought to have bond increased for the main suspect in the case, the man that police say was driving. He got that, and next he hopes for an indictment. In the meantime, Anderson's family has to live with what happened and the gruesome images that were caught on tape.
Oh, you know, video speaks for itself. It was a premeditated, cold-blooded murder.
18-year-old Daryl Detman is from Brandon. He's charged with murder and is currently in jail on $800,000 bond. It was increased from $50,000, which he initially posted and went home. He was placed back in custody when bond was raised. Now, the other teen charged in this case is 18-year-old John Rice. He was initially charged with murder, but at his preliminary hearing, the judge decided to send the case to a grand jury as simple assault. If he's indicted on the murder charge, Rice will be rearrested. Now, we called both Detman and Rice's attorneys to get their reaction to the video being released. Neither have called back. Also this afternoon, a man accused of stabbing a teenager to death in Rankin County pleads not guilty. 21-year-old Dorian Cyrus was given a $100,000 bond after making his initial appearance this morning. He's charged with killing 19-year-old Jeffrey Jenkins Friday afternoon at a house on Gilbert Circle. The sheriff says the two were arguing over a girl, and Cyrus allegedly pulled a steak knife and stabbed Jenkins in the chest. The teen's mother doesn't agree with the judge giving Cyrus bond.
I'm not angry with Dorian. I'm not angry with the family. I wish that the bond could have been higher because of how my son was killed. But I just have to trust in the Lord that everything is going to be taken care of.
There is a candlelight vigil this evening at 6:30 on Gilbert Circle in Brandon where the murder happened. Jenkins' funeral is Saturday. Also this afternoon, a federal appeals court reinstates a lawsuit that claims a 9-year-old girl was checked out of school 6 times by a man, then raped. A panel voted 2-1 to reinstate part of the suit against the school. The lawsuit says the school failed to verify Tommy Key's identity when he took the girl from a Covington County elementary school between 2007 and 2008. Keys allegedly signed once as the girl's mother, but he usually just pretended to be her father. In 2009, a U.S. district judge dismissed the lawsuit, saying the girl had no constitutional guarantee of protection at the school. An attorney for the district says he disagreed with the decision and is considering his legal options. A Vicksburg Warren School District teacher drowns in a swimming pool at his home. 32-year-old Quincy Jones died Sunday evening. His wife found him in their pool. Warren County's deputy coroner says an autopsy was ordered to rule out any medical conditions that might have played a part. Jones was about to begin the new school year at Grove Street Alternative School in Vicksburg. He was also going into his second year as pastor of Bethel AME Church.
Here's your Storm Team 12 Vipercast.
Well, the heat advisory has been extended until Wednesday at 7 p.m. for areas southwest of the metro. We're still hanging on to those heat indices ranging from 105 to 110 degrees. So make sure if you're going to be out in these conditions, you're drinking plenty of water and trying to get some breaks in the air conditioning. Now, we're going to be in the 90s throughout the rest of the afternoon. We're at 92 degrees right now, but we're also going to see some scattered showers and thunderstorms develop as we move throughout the next couple of hours, some of which could be severe. So I'll have more on the heat advisory and when we'll finally see an end to it, plus this more information on those storms that's coming up in the full forecast.
This month, UMC officials say they've seen 13 heat-related illnesses. Although there have been no deaths, one case was for heat stroke, which is considered rare. The cases involve people of all ages, ranging from infants to the elderly. News Channel 12's Tracy Armbruster shows us how quickly the heat can turn dangerous.
Vehicles can turn into ovens rather quickly in this kind of heat.
At noon, it was 90 degrees outside, but inside this car, the thermometer reads 131 degrees.
The vehicle is its own little contained atmosphere, and it heats up even hotter, considerably hotter than the atmosphere outside.
AMR spokesperson Jim Pollard blasted his air conditioning for 15 minutes. The temperature cooled to 103 degrees.
It's still deadly, and we urge folks to take all the precautions that have been publicized.
He let his car heat up again, and after 10 minutes, the inside temperature quickly rose to 110 degrees.
Greatest concern is someone who might leave a child in a vehicle with this kind of heat and humidity.
Pollard says keeping the windows cracked isn't enough to save a life.
Kids under 4 years of age are more susceptible to heat illness.
Pollard says leaving reminders in your car so you won't forget your child or pet in the scorching heat.
A toy, such as this little guy here, on the seat next to you. And even more, we recommend that you take a child's toy, put it around a ribbon or a string, and drape it around your neck.
Anything to keep your loved ones safe. In Jackson, Tracy Armbruster, WJTV News Channel 12.
Pollard also tells us to use a sun visor or have your windows legally tinted to keep your car cooler. Keep it right here. An update on the forecast is next.